Good afternoon. My name is Destiney Smith. I am 21 years old and I'm a senior at UNCG, majoring in biology pre-med and hopes to become a pediatric cardiovascular surgeon. Today I will be discussing with you all the March on Washington. I will be focusing more on the background portion of the march, the portion that involved the planning and the organizing and everything that went into getting the march started. So just to start off, the chief coordinator of the march was Bayard Rustin, and he began planning the march in December 1962. And this is a picture of Bayard Rustin. Of course, Bayard Rustin was not responsible for planning and organizing the march all by himself. He had help from different people. The main leaders of the march included members of the Big Six. These members were John R. Lewis from SNCC, Whitney Young from NUL, A. Philip Randolph from NALC, James L. Farmer from CORE, Roy Wilkins from NAACP, and Martin Luther King Jr. from SCLC. Of course, planning and organizing the march wasn't totally left up to these members as well, but anyone who wanted to join in and help in getting the march planned and organized could join in. The main members of the group who helped were religious leaders and labor interests. Of course, organizing the March on Washington took a lot of work and it involved thousands and thousands of details and a lot of planning that these members had to do just to get the march started, get it running, and get it to kicking off. Organizing the march included arranging transportation. This was just making sure that everyone had a way into Washington and everyone also had a way to get home and get back to wherever that they came from. They also had to contract a sound system. This just getting the route of the march together, getting where they would start at, where they would finish at, what streets they would go down, and just where they would march to. They also had to print leaflets and brochures, and this to just get people aware of the march, so people could join in and help and do different things. Another thing that they had to do was order toilets. This was to ensure that all the marchers were able to use the bathroom whenever they please and that a restroom was available to them the whole time during the march. And then they also had to soothe egos. By soothing egos, I mean they had to make sure that everyone who wanted to participate in the march knew that they had to be physically, mentally, and emotionally ready for the march, because during the march you were going to get taunted, you are going to get things thrown at you, you are going to get treated with disrespect, and you had to know how to physically deal with the pain and with your emotions and with your mental state as you marched. Bayard Rustin, as well as the other Big Six members, envisioned the march as a large protest that would go over a period of 2 days, and it would include sit-ins and lobbying. And at the end, it would follow a mass rally at the Lincoln Memorial where everyone would get together. The purpose of the march was just to fight joblessness and to get a public works program started for blacks so blacks would be able to get a job and stop being denied jobs based off silly things. They promoted the march by passing out buttons. These buttons featured two people shaking hands, and it had the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom lifted on the buttons. And the goal for the buttons was to reach 100,000 people, because that was their goal as to how many people they wanted to be at least included in the march. They, however, reached about 42,000 people, and that was also good. According to Smithsonian of December 17, 2012, planning and organizing the march included thousands of details and a lot of work that Bayard Rustin, as well as the Big Six members, put a lot of work into doing. According to Social Welfare History website of December 13, 2010, the March on Washington included various details and a lot of work, but it was done. Thank you.